Today I'm going to show you how to stitch out this cute, adorable gnome ornament. Ta-da! He holds a lollipop, or you could put like a decorative pencil or a decorative pen in there. I know those things are everywhere this time of year. The kiddos love them. He is available on my website for $2.75 USA at CalicoCali.com. It's an instant download design. He is an applique design, and I'm going to show you how to do not only the applique, but this entire thing, and even how to cut out the little itty bitty holes for the lollipop or pencil or pen or whatever you want to put in there. So let's head into the studio and I'll show you how to make them. First color to stitch out is the white. It stitches the beard and the ornament hook holder thing in the back there. So the next part that's going to stitch out is the gnome's hat. And as you can see, that's an applique. On your screen is going to tell you 3 different colors. Mine's showing me blue, fuchsia, and green. In reality, you're just going to use one color. You're going to use a color that matches the fabric. I'm going to go ahead and use green. You can see I stitched out the outline. The next step is to put your fabric over that outline. You want to make sure that it completely covers it. Once you got it down there, if you want, you can use some painter's tape on the edges to keep it in place. Then you're going to press go, and it's going to stitch out one more run stitch in the green thread on top of this. That's the tack down stitch. It's going to tack down this fabric to the other layers. Now you're going to remove the hoop from the machine, but do not unhoop it. Now we have removed the hoop from the machine, leaving everything hooped. You're going to use your applique scissors and trim away the fabric outside of this tack down stitch as close as you can without touching the actual stitches. And you can use whichever type of applique scissors you prefer. So I'm just going to start cutting that now. As you can see, I've trimmed away that extra fabric. So now we're going to put the entire hoop back into the machine. The next stitch it's going to do is the green, but it will do a satin stitch all the way around this, making it look nice and pretty. Oh, there it goes, doing the satin stitch. And now that green satin stitch is done, look how pretty that is. The next color will be for the nose. So whatever color you want his nose to be, put that in and press go. We finished sewing, yay! Now you can remove your hoop from the machine and remove the design from the hoop, and I'll show you the next step. The next step for me is going to be to trim any jump stitches because the scissor function on my machine isn't working properly at the moment. So I'm going to do that real quick and then come back to you. Next step is going to be to trim this ornament out. Now you can get as close to or as far away from the outline stitches you want. That is completely up to you. I like to do about 1/4 inch, maybe a little less. So my trick for this is to first just do a super wide, like, let's just get rid of the bulk of this with my regular scissors cut. Okay, just trim that away. Trim, 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 trim. And now I will go in with my applique scissors or other really pointy scissors and get nice and close, but not all the way up to these stitches, and trim out around that. So now you can see I've trimmed out nice and close, leaving myself a cute little border here. One thing I did want to mention is that previously when you removed the excess tearaway stabilizer, you don't have to remove it from any of these inside parts here. You basically are just trying to get it away from this edge. Though if you kept it on there, it's not the end of the world, but you definitely want to try to get it out of these two little holes if you can, and the little ornament part. If you can't, not the end of the world. It just makes this next step a little bit easier. So for the next step, you're going to use your little hole punching kit here. And I got mine online to actually just kind of come in here and punch out some holes to make room for your scissors to cut those out. It is fairly simple to do. Make sure you have this on top of the little mat it came with or your own mat. And you're just going to push down on it and it makes a little hole. So I like to do a couple of them side by side, so that I have room for my scissors. Of course, if you want to leave it just like that, that fits a lollipop hole, a lollipop stick fairly well. So it's up to you. But I do like to trim out more than that so that there's room for, you know, maybe a wider lollipop stick or a pen or a pencil. And then I'm gonna get up here in the little ornament section. Just kind of do that little halfway. And then I will use my scissors to come in and trim it out the rest of the way. There you have it. Now the holes are there, yay! And the next step would be to put your lollipop in there or your pencil and hang it on the tree.